You guys for coming. Today I'm going to tell you a little about scuba diving. My name is Tamara Wilson. So who's ready for vacation? You guys like to go and do peaceful and quiet, relaxing things. You guys like to go and see some amazing scenery. A lot of people go on vacation for these reasons. But what if I told you you don't need to go on vacation to see those things? Scuba diving can be fun, relaxing, and adventurous. I have actually been certified to scuba dive since 1999 when I was 12. I was certified for open water through PADI, which is a certification company. And in this speech, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what scuba diving is, what are some of the benefits, what are some of the dangers, and how to get certified. So SCUBA is an acronym for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. That is actually the tank that you wear on the back of your BC when you are diving. Now there is a regulator that you use that was created, the modern regulator was created by Jacques Cousteau and Emily Gagnon, and their regulators allowed you to breathe compressed air, whereas before you would have to have a tube floating to the surface. So now you can actually breathe the compressed air. And that was actually written in an article by Stanford. Some equipment that is used while diving, you have your regulators, which is right here. You have a backup regulator, which is called an octopus, and you have your gauges to be able to see how much air you have in your tank and things like that. And then you also have something called a BCD. Your BCD helps you with your buoyancy control while you're under the water to make sure that you're not bumping into things, because you don't want to bump into anything while you're diving, whether it be an animal or coral. Scuba diving allows you to explore the water. You can float along the water and relax and take in all the scenery, and you also get to see some nice sea life up close and personal that you wouldn't be able to see without looking in pictures, things like that, unless you actually went down into the ocean. But to go scuba diving, there are a few things you should know. You should know that there are benefits and dangers to both. Some of the benefits of scuba diving are that you become more relaxed. You become a better communicator, because when you are diving with your buddy, you cannot actually speak to them, so you have to learn to communicate in other ways. You also become more aware of your surroundings. You have to know whether something's coming up behind you, whether you're going to bump into something, anything like that. Some of the dangers are nitrogen narcosis, which is where when you get too deep, which is about 100 feet usually for everybody, the nitrogen will act as if it's alcohol on your bloodstream. So you start to act as if you are drunk under the water, which can be very dangerous if you try to shoot up to the surface or if you try to shoot down because you don't know which way is up. Another thing is decompression sickness, which is also called the bends, and you come up too quickly and the nitrogen doesn't have time to dissipate before coming out, and it will usually come and join up in little bubbles in your joints. And as you come up, it gets bigger and bigger, and you end up having to go into a decompression chamber for them to decompress your body and get that to be able to dissipate. One of the other dangers is sea life. A lot of people don't realize about sea life. They think about the animals, which animals can hurt you, but the other danger that you have a lot of times is coral or fire coral. It can actually burn you or sting you, and that can't come at you. You just accidentally bump into it or you touch it, and you don't want to do that because it can hurt you and it can hurt the wildlife. And that was found in an article by Thomas and by King. So you can learn how to reduce these dangers by getting certified. But how do you do that? How do you get certified to scuba dive? Well, you can go to your local scuba shop, and they will have one of multiple different companies that can certify you. They can either be PADI, which is Professional Association of Diving Instructors. They can be NAUI certified, which is National Association of Underwater Instructors, or they can be SSI certified, which is Scuba Schools International. Doesn't matter which one you go through, you can mix and match. You can get your open water through one company and get your advanced through another. It doesn't matter. According to Patty, to be certified, you must be at least 10 years old. And that usually goes for your junior certification. You have to be able to demonstrate basic water skills. Swimming, being able to float, things like that, and feeling comfortable in the water. The rest of the stuff, they will teach you in class. You'll read books, you'll watch videos, and then you'll also do some work in the pool, and then they'll take you out for an actual dive. Now, some of your certifications are the open water, which is your very first certification that you need. Your advanced open water, which will certify you from 60 feet to about 100 feet. And then your cavern diving is a technical diving, which is where you can actually learn to go into caves. There's a lot of different issues there, so you have to really go into that. There are many other certifications, but those are just a few. Diving is fun, relaxing, and adventurous, but you need to understand what is scuba diving, some of the benefits and dangers, and how to get certified and how to do it before you actually do. So now, it is time for you to go ahead and explore the wild side of our oceans and learn to scuba dive.
Oh, very nice, Tammy.
And there's my first cited page.
Will you teach me how?
I can't teach you. I'm not certified to teach.
How do you get certified?
We just talked about it. You go?
To teach.
Oh, you can go through and do more classes, and you become a dive master, and then you become an instructor. But then you have to have everything underneath you and a lot of insurance.
Awesome.
Good job.
Good job.
Who's scuba diving this weekend?
Not me.
I was here
I
too.
don't believe it.